A lot of the questions that I have been getting is, how do you pick your safest bet slip? And if you are new to the channel, you may not know what I'm talking about when it comes to safest bet slip. But those who are old to the channel, they already know what I'm talking about. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you what I mean by safest bet slip. A safest bet slip is a slip that we always give out on this channel, and we have been able to win 12 times out of 13 in a row. So we have been able to win 12 times in a row without losing a single game in a row. And we lost once. We give it out 13 times and we lost it only once. And all I've been getting from the channel is that I get a lot of messages and they're asking, how do you pick your safest bet slip? And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I normally pick my safest bet slip so that you can also do the same thing to also get the right games and the right odd to bet on and win the right amount. So if you want to know how I pick my safest bet slip, you need to watch the video from beginning to the end. And if I know that if you are serious about making money on sport betting, you should watch this video from beginning to the end, because everything in this video, I take my time like to put everything in order so that you can understand it better and apply it in sport betting, and you're going to enjoy sport betting a lot. So when you apply this principle, you're going to enjoy a lot in sport betting. So first of all, before I go in depth into this, I need to highlight you guys that actually I have like a tracker. I have a tracker. That one is not any like football analyzer. It's just a normal tracker. Like if I lose, I normally put it on that particular sheet, and if I win, I normally put it. So before I start to give out this strategy out to you guys, I test it out on a sheet. It was a sheet of paper that I tested on about 60 games. So I tested out about 60 games before I was able to give it to you guys. So, and what I noticed is that I was winning more than I lose. So that's why I start to give you guys on the channel, and many are able to, like almost all those who are following me are able to make money on it. So you need to watch the video from beginning to the end to know the principles that I normally follow before selecting my safest bet slip. So first of all, I use one platform mostly, that's Flash Score. So I use Flash Score mostly. So, and don't say that you already know about Flash Score. You don't know much about Flash Score. You need to watch the video from beginning to the end. Don't say I've ever heard of Flash Score. I'm already having Flash Score on my phone or on my laptop. You need to watch the video very carefully from beginning to the end. So if you are already having it on your phone or your computer, it's okay. If you're not having it, after this video, you can go and download it. So after you are like, you open your Flash Score app. If you open your Flash Score app, I normally go through like every day the games. I'll go through all the games, and if I go through all the games, I have some teams that I've already picked as favorite. And mostly how I normally do is that I normally look for the teams that are mostly ranked on the first, like on the table, their table. I normally look for those who perform well on the table. I'll just pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that teams. I'll just pick those 5 teams in like many of the leagues, not all of the leagues, but many of the leagues. I'll just pick out all that way. And after I pick out all that way, I normally I'll just be monitoring them. And it doesn't I don't just monitor them that way. I still add different games to it. But I'm having some specific games that I just monitor them to know how they perform. And after I just add them to favorite, and after every day I'll just go through my favorite first. Before I give out any prediction, I'll just go out throughout my favorite to see all the teams that are in my favorite and they are playing that particular day. And I will click on each game. I'll click on each game. After I click on the game is going to load, and when it loads, the game is going to open. And if it opens, what I normally do first is that I'll just click on their head-to-head, and after I click on their head-to-head, I'll just go to their previous matches. Please take note. I'll just go to their previous matches, and after I go to their previous matches, what I will do is that I will look at their previous matches. What is their performance? And if I check their performance, they have been able to win so many of it for their last 5 games. I don't check about 5 games. I don't check about 5 games. I normally check about 5 games. And if I check for their last 5 games, each team their last 5 games, and I see their performance, and the performance is okay with me. And normally we will say, how do you know that it's okay with you? Because I'm having mostly a specific predictions that I give it out. Mostly I give out home to win and over 1.5 goals, or home to win and go goalless or so. But most of the time I'll give home to win. I also give straight win to home or straight win to away. I'll give those kind of predictions mostly. And after I check it out and I see that a particular team is dominating in wins, the second thing that I'll go is that I'll scroll down to their head to head. You know, after their, like when you check their previous matches, when you scroll down on Frasco, when you scroll down, you see a place where they are having their head to head. If the teams that are playing, they have never met a single time, I don't always give predictions on them. But if they meet once, I don't also give predictions on them. But if they are able to meet about 3 to 4 or 5 or even more times, then I will now check and see anytime that they meet, what is always the score line. So I will check all that. What is always the score line? After I check the score line, I will also check which particular team is always dominating and which particular team is always winning many of the games. So after I check all that, and I don't check like more than 5 to 6 games. I don't check more than 5 to 6 games. Mostly six games. If I want to go maximum, I normally go 6 games. Like on their head to head. And mostly, like if I see a place where maybe they play draw, I will check to see if the dominant team was having a red card, or the squad, like there was problem with the squad or so. So I will check all that. So I'll check, and I normally will say, how would you know about the problem of the squad? Mostly what I normally see is that I will see, is it that they just do substitution, and after the substitution, the opponent was able to equalize the goal or so. So I will check all that, and after I check all that, and I now see, okay, it's okay. The next thing that I normally do is that I will just go to the table. I'll just go to the table. You know, when you swipe to the left-hand side, you are going to see the table. And if I go to the table, what I normally check out is that I will just check. Sorry. I will just check. And if I check, what I normally check out is that I'll check their competition. The team that are playing, and I normally check the dominant team. What is the position of the dominant team? If the dominant team is within the average, just within the middle of the table, they are not going to be competing much. So I don't always put much and into it. But if I see that they are actually topping the table first or second or third or fourth within that range, or if it is like Premier League, La Liga, and those big leagues, I normally check, are they going to be playing Champions League? Are they part of the top 4? Are they part of the top 5? Are they part of the top 6? So I normally check all that. If I check, so a team that is within the top 6, they will not lose their position, so that they will not be able to play Conference League if they are on the 5th position. And if they are also on the 5th position, they will not lose their position in order for others to take, so that they will not play Europa League. And those who are also in the top 4, I mean the top leagues, the top 4, they will not lose their position, so that another league, another team can take it, so that they will not be able to play on Champions League. So they will find their way as much as possible to win that particular game. And if I also check, after I check all that, what I also check match is that I will check for the weak team. I will check for the underdogs to see the underdogs. If I'll check their rank. Are they also in the average, or they are just at the relegation zone? If they are closer to the relegation zone, they will not want to go to relegation. So they will force as much as possible to also try to get goals. So they would also try to get goal. And that would trigger them to a lot of corners is going to be appearing in that particular match. So whereas if you are a team who's now betting on corners, you can go on that side. But if you are not betting on corners, you now know that, okay, there's likelihood of over 1.5 goals occurring in that particular game. And you now know a specific prediction that suits you based on the head-to-head and the other team. So you now start to note all that. After you start to note all those things down, the next thing that I will normally check is that I'll check their fixtures. What does that mean by their fixtures? I'll check their next game. What game are they going to be playing after that particular game that they played? What game are they going to play? How serious is that particular game? After the game that they are going to play, after that particular game, the game that they will be playing next, how important is that particular game? Let's say if a team is going to be playing Champions League, their next game, They are not going to put much. They are not going to put much serious on the game that they'll be playing after the Champions League game, because they are going to reserve most of their key players so that they can reserve them for the Champions League game. And if I check out and I notice that, oh, that's how like that particular team, that's how they are, like they are having a big match to play ahead. So I'll just leave that particular like team out. I will not pick that particular team. I will just leave it out. Or even if I'm to pick it, I will now reschedule myself to see what is the possible like outcome that is going to occur. Like that means like if the key players are not going to be playing, less goals are going to be scored in that particular game. So that's what I'm going to check out that, and I will now take a particular prediction out of that. And after I check out all that, what I normally check that next is their injury list. I normally check out their injury list. And why did I check out their injury list? The reason for me checking out their injury list is that I normally want to make sure that the key players are not part of the injury list. Those who are, what did I mean by the key players? Those who normally score the goals and those who are good when it comes to defending. They are not part of the injury list that can like interrupt the game. If they are part of the injury list, if they see that their top goal scorer is in the injury list and their best defenders, like 2 or 3 of their best defenders are in injury list, that means the probability of them drawing that particular game or even losing that particular game is very high. I'm not going to like give a prediction on that particular game. That's what I always also checked. And after I check that and I'm okay with that, then I will now make my final like decision. I will now make my final decision, and I don't just make a final decision on one. I'll consider all those things that I've just point out, and if I point out like all those things that I've pointed out, if I notice that everything is in order, that's when that I will now take the final prediction that I can now take it and give it out to you guys. And be in mind that I told you guys we are like, I didn't just practice it once before I give it out. Before you know that a strategy can work perfectly well, you need to practice it for some time. For me, I practice it on paper. I practice it on paper first. But now I'm having a tracker. I'm having a tracker, a software tracker that I track most of my bet. So I'm using Microsoft 360 to track my bet now. So I know if you are interested in like getting the tracker, you can join my like WhatsApp channel and just chat me there. And more to the point, if you also want to join the VIP tips group, then you also make sure that you join the WhatsApp channel and chat me there. So I'm going to be replying you there. So after I do that, and I'll now make my final decision. So I now conclude that, oh, this prediction is going to work. And that's how we have been able to win consistently on this channel for that long period of time. So for all those who have been asking, how do you always pick your safest bet slip, and we have been able to win those that way, then this is the strategy that I normally pick. So go out there, if you want to pick out any game, take these particular principles down, and it's going to help you a lot, and you're going to like be making a lot of money all the time. You're like, most of the time you're going to be winning. It doesn't guarantee that it's 100%, but it's proof that 95% that is actually working, because when I check it out, I didn't lose a lot, but I win a lot of it. And more to the point, don't just be the type who is placing on multiple bet. Be the type who is placing on single games. Don't like analyze them those way and place them on multiple bet. You're going to win. If you're having about 10 games, maybe you win 8 and lose 2, which you may end up losing all your money. But if you are placing on single games, winning 8 and losing 2, you are going to be in profit. There's no way you're going to be in profit. And that's what the bookmakers don't want. They don't want you to place single games. All what they want you to do is place multiple bets and you continue to lose, and they're happy about it. So guys, join this particular YouTube channel by subscribing to the channel, touch the red button and touch the like button, so that all the time you stay updated when it comes to sport betting, and every time you'll be getting tips and tricks that you can use to make money on sport betting. So I don't think there's no other best place than being on this channel. So to my returning subscribers and my returning viewers, thank you for always coming back to check on the channel. And my next video, I'm going to be giving shout out to all those who are always commenting on most of my videos. I'm going to be giving shout out to the one who always comment most of the time. I'm going to be giving shout out to that particular person. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.